Stop the cap.
Dating the Megan. Was it the Megan Stallion? What's her name? Meg the Stallion. Meg the Stallion. Meg. Megan. I'm just calling her Megan. Who's Megan? Who's Meg? I don't know.
I wonder what his type is, because you guys dated that he was talking to other girls when he was talking to you, and like they all look
Very
like
similar. Like
you guys. So I'm just curious.
So I made a series 2 years ago. It's still up on YouTube if you want to watch it. It was talking about how we as white women, based on our socioeconomical station, prey on the disenfranchised black man. Now, disenfranchised does not mean those who have no money. Disenfranchised means those who have no power. And it doesn't matter how much money the black man has, at the end of the day, the white woman will always have more power in the relationship, especially if she's pretty. Now, these are a special breed of praying Barbies, as I call them. They're always at the right bars, the right restaurants. They live in the right apartment buildings. They work out at the right gym. And they're always coincidentally right where they need to be to prey on a young black man who has just come into all of his money as an athlete. But at the end of the day, all she is a white woman who is insecure and jealous of black women and has a fetish for that black D. We've seen it for decades. But she lied. And that's what we do. We lie. We play the victim. We're microaggressive. We use our tears. We use our privilege and our power. But at the end of the day, he chose a black woman over her. And that's what's really got her pissed off. Because boy, we so desperately want to beat black women, especially when it comes to landing a black rich man.
I'm going to have to post both of these videos back to back, my Melissa Ford video and this video, because they're kind of in conjunction with one another. I am laying in bed and woke up and jumped on YouTube, scroll, come across this woman's channel. Never came across before. Her name is Nique, and she's saying and spewing the typical black woman banter that I expect when it comes to anything that has to do with black men being involved in any shape, fashion, or form. But anyway, she's talking about the three white women on the panel. One is Lana Rhoades, who is a porn star who we know, drinks bowls of bukkake. Okay, and then you got some white woman in the middle. I guess she's some Russian chick that Meg the Stallion's current boyfriend used to date. And then there's a white woman on the far right at the end. And the whole internet, or the black internet, is upset that, of the caucasity of these women, to be shocked that this brother is dating Megan the Stallion. Obviously the ex-girlfriend feels some type of way. She is, doing bitter shit, like acting like she don't know who Meg the Stallion is when she's probably danced to a million of her songs, or, saying her name. Is it Meg the Stallion? Meg the Stallion. I'm going to call her Megan. That's typical white girl shit. But I'm listening to the video, and I knew it was coming. I knew it's Jermaine's fault shit is coming, and I can see how people are going to say that, because as black men, quite a few of us do fuck with white women. And there's like multiple layers in the shit. It's like how black women and white women clearly have a battle going on, and black men and white men have a battle going on. I mean, just off of the strength of white men's racism and white supremacy, if a black man has the opportunity to fuck a white chick, most of the time he's going to fuck her. Even if that's not even his preference, he's going to fuck her. and he's going to fuck her because of, the racism and white supremacy of white men and the shit that they do, and the fact that we know that irritates them. And they get mad about that shit, and they go over there on chimpout.com or mudshark.com, and they're bitching, and and they have their white version of She's for the Streets. What is the white guy version of She's for the Streets? Burn the coal, pay the toll. That's anytime a white woman gets killed by her black boyfriend or something like that. Burn the coal, pay the toll. They got all type of sayings, the Mondays, the 13%. What else did they say? Actually, black men only make up 7% of the population, but they want to keep running around with 13%. But okay, because all 13% of black people are out here committing crime. So, but I guess I shouldn't. There's a lot of black men that don't fuck with white women, but I'm saying, there is an aspect of fucking white women that definitely has to do with white men's system of white supremacy and racism. And low key, it's like a powerless thing to do, because if you had real power, you would handle the situation directly, as opposed to thinking like it's kind of like keying somebody's car. But knowing that white men are on some, if a black man ever touches a white woman, she's sullied for life. Just the fact that they have that sort of attitude does have black men, engaging in smutting out white women. Just because. And quiet as is kept, white women allow themselves to be smutted out by black men. I remember when I was in college, there was a white girl, and I only found this out later. She wanted to fuck with me. She was on one of the sports teams, so she was a thick, freaking, I don't even know what you call it. What like them white bitches on the equestrian team, the volleyball white bitches, just ridiculously thick, like she's a damn catcher in baseball or some shit like that. Just these ridiculously, unrealistically thick ass thighs. Anyway, I went to a party. There was a bunch of female athletes there. She wanted to fuck with me. Somebody came over like, yo, my friend thinks you're cute. Da, 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 da. I fucked with her, only to come to find out that she was trying to get back at her boyfriend, who I don't know what their issue was. He was a white dude. The crazy thing is, she was blonde. He wasn't even blonde. He looked like if you just gave him the mustache, you know what I'm saying? He would look like, if you gave him the little German mustache in the middle, he would look like, the man with the funny mustache, right? But anyway, so apparently that guy was just a foaming at the mouth racist, like white nationalist type. I didn't even know him. I knew nothing about him. Didn't know he was racist. None of that. I think I even shook his hand maybe once or twice. You just don't know. I'm not walking around assuming that every white guy is a racist. I'm not even thinking that shit. But anyway, turns out he hated black people, and they got into it, and I guess she felt violated or disrespected or whatever, and her goal was to basically be smutted out by, a black guy to make him feel some type of way. Like, I was with Peter over there and I let him do vile and despicable things to me. So, right? Like the way that women think is fucking crazy. So like this is the classic example of she's the prize, and to a man, and the way that you get back as a man is you let another man just violate you, stick it in my butt, all over my face. You do everything to me that I never let my boyfriend do. I'm like, is that how y'all bitches get back at dudes? Like, that's how y'all do it? Like sisters will go out and they'll be like, I'll have a baby by this nigga. But white girls, they're on some, I'm gonna let you do everything that he didn't do. And I'm like, like, I don't know that, and he's not here to witness that. You do realize that, right? Like, I don't know what's going on. of what you're trying to accomplish in your head where you think it's a victory. And he doesn't know because he's not here to see it. It's not like he's sitting in a chair at the base of the bed getting cuckolded. Like, you know what I'm saying? So white women got that shit too. It ain't just black men on some, let me violate this white woman so that I can get back at Brad. White women, when white men piss off white women, when white men go too far with their patriarchy and their ideas and sense of ownership, them white girls come flocking. They come flocking. Okay, and we don't even know where it's coming from. We like, damn, why this white girl pressing up hard? Like, bitch, I don't even know you. Is this a trap? You know what I mean? That's how we feel about the shit. Like, when this shit comes out of nowhere, we're like, yo, whoa, 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 whoa. We looking for cameras. We like, no. There's got to be some strings attached to this shit. This shit, bitch, is just coming over here throwing up free pussy. Like, no. There got to be a catch to this shit. You know what I mean? But sometimes, and I'm saying, any brothers that have been in like mixed environments has experienced this. I've posted this shit about the Darth Rizius clips that I have and whatnot. Like, you'll go to a bar, especially when white girls are drunk. Please, if Brad pisses off Becky and Becky is drunk, nigga, it's over for you. It's curtains. It's curtains for you. You know what I mean? Like, they don't give a fuck. But anyway, what I didn't like about Nique at Nite and the shit that she was saying is she goes, yeah, see, and it's because black men be gassing these white women's heads up because it's pillow talk. They be telling these white girls how much they don't like black women, and it's pillow talk. No, the fuck we don't. No, the fuck we do. Everybody knows we got problems with sisters because everybody else has the same problems with sisters. Loud, confrontational, argumentative. Everybody else has the same. Oh, the clips are all over YouTube and the internet. Now, will I say that I do think that black men are a little bit too loud in their adoration of white women when they're done, snow bunnies and all that other shit? Yes, 100%. I'll agree with that. But that's public. That's not pillow talk. That's public. Well, our issues with sisters, that sisters ain't gonna change. Okay, the attitude, the matriarchy, right? The domineering demeanors and all this other shit, right? Trying to facilitate role reversal, thinking that they're supposed to run shit, right? The kids out of wedlock and all that stuff, right? We're vocal about that in public. That's not something that we just we secretly talk about black women behind their backs. Like, what do we need to? This is on the internet. It's all on YouTube. We've been having literally an open gender war to the point that even white guys are freaking citing Kevin Samuels as a reference point. So what are you talking about? You know what I mean? Like, oh, they're talking about us behind our back. The crazy thing is I'm like, black women also openly come to the internet and talk about how they don't need a man. They don't need a nigga. Niggas is dusty. Black men are terrible. They're leaving black women single moms, even though 61% of black women are mothers and 46% of black men are fathers, and black women have a larger population. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all have made your own bed. You have created your own stereotypes that everybody, knows about. But like, you guys come on and talk crazy about us just the same, right? Additionally, to sit there and act like, oh, white women feel so bold enough to say what they're saying online with this shit because of black men talk, pillow talk with white women behind closed doors, starting in the 2010s. Not that she said the 2010s, but she was acting like this shit is recent. I'm like, white women have been feeling superior to black women since slavery. What are you talking about? That white women feel superior to not just black women, all other races of women, because of the system of white supremacy and the media machine and the propaganda, movies, makeup, magazines, and all that shit that tells them they're the most beautiful women on the planet. Quiet as is kept, they're also some of the most insecure women on the planet because they have all of that fucking support. And yet they're still running around insecure, worrying about what's on, somebody else's plate. I'm like, aren't you the bitch with all the fucking media propaganda and media support? Like, aren't you the one that you got Miss America and Miss World and all this other shit, right? Aren't you the one that 9 times out of 10 your face is splashed all over there? Aren't you the one that can go out and put out sex tapes and still have an unscathed reputation and still get multi-billion-dollar fucking contracts from L'Oreal and Chanel and whatever other fucking shit for you to market, right? But yet you're running around worried about what's on, what's on Megan's plate. You know what I'm saying? Like, white women got their own shit going on. But when it comes to this video, what I didn't like is, acting like, black men are just running around saying, oh, white women, psst, hey, you're better. You're better. Is there better treatment over there when black men go and we are dealing with white women? Yes, that's a large part of the reason why we're over there, or why we stay over there. Let me emphasize that. We may not even go over. We may go over there just because we want to get a nut off. We may go over there just because we want to fuck and she's about it. And then we go over there and we're fucking with her and we're like, okay, all right, I'm gonna roll out as soon as I'm done getting 5 nuts off, right? And then we go over there and the next thing you know, we're like, hey, it's kind of comfortable over here. Hey, like, damn, she came up to my job and brought me some food. Damn, like I wasn't expecting that. I don't get treated like that with Keisha, right? Like, damn, hey, and she ain't got no kids. Like, we start thinking about it. The wheels start, churning, and we saying, hey, this ain't bad over here. I ain't arguing. I ain't fighting. I'm not trying to, fight for position. She's not trying to pull her dick out on me. I don't have to deal with the matriarchy. You know what I mean? The number of black men that I have heard that where they bring their white girl around to the family and the black women feel some type of way because the white woman is catering to them in front of the black women is crazy. It's crazy. Like shit, like bringing their man a plate or whatever. Or doing shit like, when they're sitting together, she's like rubbing the back of his neck or something like that. You know what I mean? Or rubbing his shoulder, or just wants to be close to him, or like actually shows genuine interest, unlike this whole niggas ain't shit, sort of attitude, which is somewhere in there, Nique at Nite, somewhere in the video towards the end, she basically, alluded to that, like black men, they ain't this, they ain't that. I'm like, you're making a video about white women feeling that they're superior to you. And in the video itself, you can't even resist basically acting like who's this nigga? Who's this nigga? Megan Thee Stallion is a come up for him. So I'm like, so this whole video, again, the whole video is about the interaction between black women and white women and the beef that they have with each other. But somehow it's made about this black man's not good enough and he dusty and Megan's a come up for him and all this. You see what I'm saying? Like you're still trying to sneak this to brother. You know what I mean? When it's like he's not even saying anything. He was dating the white girl, broke up with the white girl, and then is with Megan Thee Stallion. There's nothing that's being, maybe there's some tweets out there or something, but I'm saying as far as we know, there's nothing being said. He's not running around, talking about this white girl was better at this time, and now I'm going over and getting with Meg, or Meg is going to be a cunt up because I couldn't come up on the white girl, so now I'm trying to, like, y'all just be making shit up in your head, and this is what we're talking about. This is why many of you all end up losing. This is why you lose, when it comes to, the dating dynamics. And real talk, a lot of y'all can't go anywhere else because you literally carry a lot of the shit that we as black men say that we don't like. You try to carry that shit over the fence. Black men are the most tolerant of all aspects of black women. We're the most tolerant of y'all weight. We're the most tolerant of y'all kids out of wedlock. We're the most tolerant of bad attitudes. We're the most tolerant of just everything that goes on with y'all. But we get no motherfucking credit for the shit. You know what I mean? A bitch being fat is not a problem unless it's a white bitch. When a black bitch is fat, that's just normal. All the skinny niggas we see out here with fat black women. You know what I'm saying? But that's okay. Ain't nobody got nothing to say about it. That's normal. But go over the fence and date any woman that's plus size, big, anything like that. All sisters got. Now it has no value. Magically, it has no value. Black men are the most accepting men of big women, and we don't get no credit for that shit. No credit for that shit. As much as we tolerate it, and some of the brothers that actually, they actually dig this shit. It's just it's crazy, the way that that we get shit on in regards to that. Because I'm saying we're the most tolerant of it. If we say it's too much, if we say it's too big, right? If there's too much attitude or whatever, too much of anything. If we say it's too much, I promise you it's too much. I was watching Crimson Cure yesterday, and she had the clip of, I didn't even know that there was a clip of 50 Cent. I heard Vivica's side, and in Vivica, there's two videos, because one, Vivica says, what did she say? She said something to the effect of, somehow we weren't in the same place. What did she say? Crimson Cure played that clip where Vivica said something about why her and 50 Cent broke up. There's another clip where she just comes out and says, sometimes you got to let a man be a man. But the clip that Crimson Cure played was a clip of 50 Cent and talking about them breaking up and whatnot. Because, 50 was digging her. Point blank digging her. And Vivica is 11 years older than him. You know what I mean? He called out. He was like, I want to thank Vivica A. Fox for wearing that dress tonight. And this is the early 2000s when 50 just blew up and he was getting awards and shit like that. And Vivica, she was smitten. You know what I mean? And she admits that he was the love of her life. But she dropped the ball. And you know how she dropped the ball? And 50 said it. It was like she was trying to sun me. And I know of another brother that is well-to-do, and he said the exact same thing about his girlfriend. It was like she was trying to, or not, excuse me, it wasn't his girlfriend. It was a girl that he was trying to date after he broke up with a long-term relationship. It was like the woman was trying to sun him, trying to tell him, and we're going to go here, and you're going to treat me to this, and you're going to do this. And like, bitch, I know how to treat a lady. Like, calm the fuck down. And then with 50, 50 knew what he was doing in terms of his money. And, we talking about the man that came up with vitamin water and all that other shit. And Vivica assumed that because she was older, because she was 11 years older, that she could, tell him. I think it was like her and her like publicist or whoever the fuck it is. It was some person that, the person that gives you guidance and shit. She was trying to use him to come in or whoever this person was to come in and like kind of coach 50. And 50's like, bitch, I know what the fuck I'm doing. Like, why are you trying to sun me? I know what I'm doing. You know what I mean? And obviously that's not going to go over very well. And hence even Vivica A. Fox's, reinforcement of you got to let a man be a man. It's like, what are you trying to do? Like, it's fucking retarded. You know what I mean? But this is the problem with sisters. Sisters can come online. They can talk about self-hate. They can talk about colorism. They can talk about, black men are the ones that make white women feel superior. White supremacy is what makes white women feel superior. Let's get that out the way. But I try to stay away from the black women conversation. All this, y'all talk about black women all the time. Y'all keep bringing us up, and then you put slander on our name and say shit that's just not true or not accurate or falls into some old classic stereotype. Like, y'all don't look at any new details. Y'all don't examine any nuances of some shit. Just none of it. Just none of it. We're black women and we're victims and black men, don't you know that there's racism going on and white women are racist towards black women? How dare you go over there and fuck with them? And I'm saying, with that said, I'm like, yeah, black women, you're 100% right. But what you ignore is how the fuck you treat us. What makes you think that we're going to continue to deal with you when you treat us the way that you treat us? You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all ain't really giving us a fucking choice. And most of us, truth be told, most brothers out here would rather date with another woman that's another minority than deal with a white woman. because there is a lot more of the racism there. But quiet as it's kept, there's racism and anti-blackness everywhere, so it don't really matter. The white women ends up being the go-to because, one, there's more of them. They outnumber us about 5-1, and then on top of that, um, the history here, the culture. That's why you'll see white women more inclined to date black men than they are inclined to date many of these other men from around the world. These immigrant men with accents and shit like that, because they're not familiar with their culture. They're Christians, we're Christians. Okay, so we got the white Jesus shit down, so that's not going to change. Okay, and then on top of that, they see our culture, we know their culture, so it just makes it an easier transition than going and trying to get a chick from Colombia that doesn't even speak English. You know what I'm saying? So that's why that shit happens. I mean, they're fucking, white women are everywhere. They're everywhere. If you can't throw a rock without hitting a white woman, if you live in America, and on top of that, only what was it? 54% of them are mothers versus 61% of black women being mothers, and on top of the fact that they numerically have a higher population. So it's easier for a black man to go out here and find a childless white woman than it will ever be for him to go out here and find a childless black woman, just numerically, on top of the fact that a higher percentage of black women in the black community are already mothers. Like I said, I'm going to drill this point home. I don't want to hear any more conversation about the singleness of black women without it being acknowledged the percentage of black women that are already mothers. And the fact that you got 42% of black women who will ever becoming mothers under the age of 20. That's why we have all this multi-partner family formation in the black community, because those relationships, typically, the people are too young. Those relationships don't have any economic stability. She breaks up with Jamal, and then Jamal goes off in his direction. He either creates another family or doesn't. And then she goes off, and 9 times out of 10, or excuse me, 59% of the time, she goes off and creates, another whatever, that multi-partner family formation shit. Going back to the Cassandra Doris report from 2011, that says 59% of black women have kids by more than one man. And at the same time, I did find the number at the same time, 2011. So it's the same exact period. 38% of black men who were fathers had kids by more than one woman. So you got 61% of black women are mothers. Only 46% of black men are fathers. Black women have a larger population. In 2011, it was found that 59% of black women have kids by more than one man. And only at the same time in 2011, 38% of black men have kids by more than one woman. And with other races of women, I think white women, it's like, I think it might have been with Hispanic women, I think it's like 26% have kids by more than one man. It might be 30. I can't remember. I know that white was 22%, and then Asian, you forget about it. It was like 8%. So, yeah, the baby, the one thing that black women are, I mean, point blank period, that y'all got to accept that shit. The biggest ding on African American women, it's not attitude. I won't even say it's weight, even though we know that the weight numbers are problematic. No, it's the damn way that y'all have kids. Point blank period. The kids that are born, all these kids out of wedlock and all these single mothers, it can't even be put on most black men. 54% of black men are childless. It can't even be put on black men. That's the crazy part. It can't even be put on us like that. You all are getting with and sleeping with a minority of black men and producing babies because, many of the women, they just want the babies. And we've seen this with these questions that go to, these high schoolers that want to have kids and don't want to be married. They just want the baby. And who's the best person to give you another baby or give you a baby initially? Probably a man that's reckless with his peen and already has babies by somebody else, because clearly he doesn't care. Because if you come to me talking about I just want a baby, what do you think I'm gonna say? You think I'm gonna be like, oh, let me get at that? No, you're gonna get a flat out no. You know what I'm saying? Because first off, I wouldn't want to participate in a dynamic like that. Second off, I'm thinking about the cost of that and what I'm not going to be able to do with my life if I engage in a sort of dynamic like that, and how I'm going to be shackled. You know, like why would any intelligent black man sign up for some shit like that? You're literally, if you just want a baby, you're literally reduced down to the idiots. The niggas that only think with their dick. That's literally what you're reduced down to. And that's what quite a few of you all go out here and get. And then you turn around and come online and complain about it. And then, openly admit that you didn't want to deal with a man that really had anything going on because you didn't like the fact that he had more than what you had. Dumb shit like that. What do you want us to say to that? You know what I mean? Again, none of this shit can be denied anymore because it's the receipts. Again, due to all this oversharing, oh, I got some dumb shit to say. Oh, let me get my phone and put it on TikTok. Let me get my phone and put it on Instagram. And then not only that, make it easy for people to download by having because there's like a feature on Instagram where you can make it where posts that you make, it can be downloaded. Where do you think I've been getting these clips from? Thank you very much, ma'am. Download every stupid clip that's online. And I'm saying you got other brothers that cover more than what I cover. You got fucking Angry Man and Dennis Sperling. I mean, every stupid clip that y'all post online, that you post online. The amount of stupid videos I see online where these women, they get online and she thinks she thought she ate. That's what I'm saying to myself. I'm like, this stupid bitch actually thought she fucking ate. Going up there, whose clip did I see recently? Somebody's, I think Antoine just addressed. I already saw the clip. On IG of some woman. She got fucking 10 kids with multiple men. And I'm like, I don't even need to, what do I need to listen to this for? What do I even need to listen to this for? What she thinks she's cooking? She thinks that she's laying the law? She's saying some shit? I'm like, fuck out of here, yo. This shit is too rampant. It's too rampant. The reasons why brothers are going over the fence at this point should be obvious. Obvious. And again, the numbers themselves, hell, the numbers of childless black men, 10.8 million childless black men versus 8.5 million childless black women. You know what I'm saying? Like the numbers don't even add up. Even when you go over to Latinas, I think it's like 12 million childless Latinas, because they got a larger population. It's like 30, there's like 30, anywhere from 30 million to 33 million. It's like freaking 12 million Latinas that are childless to choose from, even with them having a higher percentage of them being mothers at 62%. There's still more childless Latinas out here. So, that's the shit that just gets underneath my skin. With black women coming online, making these stupid videos, acting like they ate. But anyway, that's all I got to say. That's my video. SWPL. Don't forget to comment, share, like, and subscribe.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hello?
Where you at?
Where we at? Oh, you want to know where I'm at?